Machine Head, one of my absolute favorite bands. I know their discography from front to back. They've released some of the best albums of their respective eras, and I just think the band is fantastic, an all-around great band. So with that said, why is their new album Catharsis so bad? I mean, prior to this, the band had been on a hot streak, releasing some truly quality material through Ashes of Empires, The Blackening, Unto the Locust, and Bloodstone and Diamonds. Those 4 albums are fantastic, particularly The Blackening, but the rest are no slouch either. But yet, on their latest release, Robb Flynn and company have taken a huge step back. Because Catharsis is as bad as when Machine Head tried to force nu metal into their sound, as they did when recording The Burning Red and Supercharger. But whew, that was a bad time to be a Machine Head fan. Also, there was a really awful cover of A Message in a Bottle by The Police. Man, fuck the Police! So yeah, if you're familiar with that era of Machine Head's discography, then you must understand that Catharsis must be pretty stanky. Now, some people might be blaming frontman and lead guitarist Robb Flynn because he has been stressing for months and months that this album will be far from Machine Head's heaviest work. Which is fine, as this hunk of shit from the promotional poster of the Emoji Movie can attest to, honesty in advertising is a good thing. And quite honestly, sonic brutality doesn't have any bearing on whether an album is good or bad. I mean, for the record, I think Mastodon's Emperor of Sand, which is far removed from any of their heaviest work, was one of my favorite albums of last year. So whether heavy or not, Catharsis needs to be judged on its own merits. Unfortunately, it fails miserably. To understand why, here's track 1, Volatile.
Fuck the world! Go!
The first really big problem that you'll notice about Catharsis is that it is very poorly written. I mean, the song opens with Flynn yelling the most cliche and generic "fuck the world" as humanly possible, which then is eventually followed by these uninspiring lyrics.
Oh, break it, smash it, put it to the ground. Break it, smash it, put it to the ground. Break it, smash it, put it to the ground.
Listen, I know why cliches exist. I'm not against them in general because they're cliches for a reason. They work. I mean, if you want to say fuck the world in a song, do it. If you want to say burn them, smash them, throw them to the ground, then go ahead. But the thing is, when you use a tired and worn out cliche like that, you have to earn it. Like in baseball, there's a few stats like an unearned run and error, which is a stat solely made to remind teams and players that the only reason why the other team scored a run or made it on base is because they fucked up.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets Bill Buckner, here comes Knight and the Mets win it!
Catch the fucking ball! What I'm trying to say is, in baseball, you want to have them earn those runs. You want to have them earn that hit to get on base. So in heavy metal, Machine Head needs to earn these cliches, which they don't. They just feel forced, cobbled together, and generic as all hell. Absolutely lazy writing. The only thing that might make this song listenable is the chorus and the backing guitar riffs during that said chorus, because there is some good intricacies there, but it doesn't really mesh with the song very well. And this is a similar problem with the following 2 tracks, Catharsis and Beyond the Pale, which are, these first 3 tracks are the best songs on the album, but they are very, very flawed. Despite some cool riffs, orchestrals, and vocal hooks, they're not up to snuff. And when those 3 are the 3 best tracks on the album on a 15-track LP that is a mind-numbing and depressing 75 minutes long, then that's a fucking problem. And believe me when I say that after track 3, this shit goes south fast.
I'm not the billionaire class from San Lorenzo with the trailer trash. I can't afford a fucking thing in sight. Something about the state is just so right. San Francisco, give me your money. down at Disneyland. Highway 5 down to 99. I'm getting head near the Fresno sign.
God, these fucking lyrics. God, I don't know what inspired Robb to write this song. Like, San Francisco, give me your money. Rodents down in Disneyland. Like, I understand that California is a very expensive place to live, but what the fuck? Even then, this writing is terrible. Maybe it's just a California thing?
California.
And this is only the 4th track on this 15-track album. And if you thought track 4 was bad, just wait till we get to Triple Beam, where we go full stop into nu metal territory with freestyling rip-hop R&B raps, yo.
And there's no moral to the story, read the lines in between. Cause that's what happens when you balance life on a triple beam. When you balance life on a triple beam. When you balance life on a triple beam.
Listen, guys, I love nu metal. I mean, I shouldn't have to say that because I reviewed Kane Hill's basically nu metal album, Too Far Gone, recently, and I loved it. But nu metal is like one of my most favorite genres when it's done well. Like, I love Slipknot, love System of a Down, love Korn, Disturbed, all those guys. They are amazing. They are my childhood and what got me into metal in the first place. I have a huge soft spot for nu metal when it's done well. But Catharsis? Triple Beam?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Like, I understand that Machine Head has always had a hip-hop rap influence. I mean, that's a given. But Machine Head has always been at their best when that hip-hop R&B sound was in the background of their music and not in the forefront. Sure, it's an important part of their sound, but it's not the primary reason why you pop in a Machine Head record, as they witnessed when they made Supercharger and The Burning Red, which were critically panned, all while their riff-heavy and thrash-oriented albums were universally praised, like The Blackening. And yet, for some reason, Robb Flynn and company, they wanted to take a chance and go back into that nu metal sound, and it just doesn't fucking work.
And when it would come, drug dealers die young at the end of the gun. Powders on the triple beam, girls around my neck, no money. Well, she could always pay with sex. Buyers tried to throw me 30 grand worth of shit. Knew that if I took it, I'd never get out of this. What the fuck am I doing with amphetamines? But that's what happens when you balance life on a triple beam.
Ignoring the bad lyrics on Triple Beam, which is quite difficult, quite honestly. The guitar riffs are flat, the chorus is dull, and Flynn's voice just doesn't have a good flow to it. His voice is not suited for nu metal, quite honestly. You have to have a bit of a rhythm and a bit of a flow, which Flynn doesn't have. As much as I love Machine Head, Robb Flynn doesn't have that good of a clean singing voice. As much as he has a really unique voice that he has the capacity to sell very well. But rapping is not a style that suits that voice. And Triple Beam just confirms that this is one thing he can't sell. For further proof of this, here's track 7, Bastards.
Let me give you some advice, bastard.
I told my sons, sometimes the bad guys win, and that it made me scared about the world that we live in. But I had to reassure them that it wouldn't be for long. Sons, we have to be ourselves, we have to be strong. I said, boys, you are the future, so let this be a lesson. There may come a day you have to fight off their aggression, cause fear and hatred won today, the darkness ate the light. Both of you look in my eyes, it'll be alright. In every step you take, I'm with you all the way.
I dislike Bastards for many of the same reasons that I dislike Triple Beam. But what I will say in defense of Bastards, even though it's a really bad track, I appreciate the message here. I think it's great that art can be political, especially in these times. Like, we live in scary times, and I appreciate the messaging, and I respect that. But it just doesn't come through on a song that anything I want to listen to. Like, I detest Trump as much as the next person, but it doesn't change the fact that this song isn't aesthetically pleasing to listen to. The riffs are bland, the lyrics are cliche, and the vocal hooks don't pull you in whatsoever.
That's terrible.
At the end of the day, I can go on and on about this overly long, dead and bloated mess of an album. But the truth is, then I'd just be repeating myself. So I'll just make a few parting statements instead. Catharsis is a very frustrating album to listen to. You can hear Machine Head's talent, and you understand that Machine Head are great musicians. There truly is a good album that's struggling to get free in Catharsis. But that said, talent and passion doesn't coalesce into anything meaningful in this misfire of an album. I respect Machine Head as artists that wanted to make an album that was representative of the social and political upheaval we're currently facing in this country, but it doesn't change the fact that Catharsis is really, really bad, and it's also more disappointing than anger-inducing, so it's not even cathartic to trash it.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
My final score for Machine Head's Catharsis is the burning supercharger. Machine Head has made many good albums, and a fair few great ones, but this ain't one of them. Now that's the review. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.